everyone, how are you today? Hope you're good. So I'm going to talk about our hair care today. So hair care, what do you mean by hair care? How do we take care of our hair? How do we make it healthy? Yeah, so today we're going to talk about our recipe. So listen and watch. Thank you. First ingredient is rice, as you can see it. So I'm preparing the oil recipe and I'm preparing the water recipe. So the water recipe will be here. So I'll pour my rice here and I'll pour my rice in the pot. So rice grows the length of the hair, the width of the hair. It makes the hair silky. It promotes elasticity. It increases the volume. It tames freezes. It protects hair damage and it cures hair. The second recipe is rosemary. What is the benefits of rosemary? It promotes hair growth. It promotes circulation of blood through the hair follicle and it makes hair to be healthy. So this rosemary, that's the second ingredient we'll be using. So I'll pour half of it into the water recipe and I'll pour the other half into the oil recipe. I said this oil recipe, as I said, and this is the water recipe. I'll pour the other half here. That's rosemary. Rosemary. This is rosemary seed, as you can see it. So this rosemary herbs, you can see it is longer, it's like a longer curry. Can we see it? Rosemary herbs. This is clove. This is the third herbs we'll be using. Clove. It stimulates hair growth. It has some vitamins, some minerals and fiber. It prevents dry, brittle hair and hair loss. So it's very essential. So we are going to put it in the, then we'll put it in the jar. This is Ferugreek. That's the fourth herbs we'll be using. Ferugreek. What is the usefulness of Ferugreek? It deeply penetrates the scalp and the hair to provide moisture. It stimulates hair growth. It strengthens the locks, softens the overall texture of the hair. It's antifungal, it's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. It has pesticidal properties. For bald hair and hairlessness, it improves. It adds shines to the hair. It promotes scalp health. It treats hair lice. It fights dandruff. So this Ferugreek is very essential. It's an herb. So we're going to add it to the boiling pot, and we're going to add it to the oil jar. This is our coconut oil. It moisturizes hair. So we are going to have it in our jar, oil jar, as you can see. These are Goya extra. It's moisturized. So we'll have the oil mixture. So as you can see. Our last oil, castor oil. We're going to have a little quantity there. Like half of the bottle. So we give it a stir and leave it for a week. This is the one I've mixed before. Similar one that I've mixed before. This is like 2 days old, but I still have 5 days or more. So that all the herbs in it will move into the oil. This is the result product for the water recipe. And this is the result product for the oil recipe. So we are going to incubate this oil recipe for 1 week before we separate with the cans. Water recipe and oil recipe. So you apply this thoroughly on your hair as many times, up to 2-3 times a day. On the area where you have little hair, when you have bald hair, when you have scanty hair, all over your hair, this will allow your hair to grow.